We are just about ready. Cameron Dicker has the honors, and we are underway here at SoFi. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And from the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Now a handoff up the middle. Posey, and he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Slot man moves right. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit. Good-naturedly, but they let him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
1 play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. 1 back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Now it's 2nd and 10.
At the 43-yard line.
Now it's Herbert. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Panthers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers at that situation, they really become magnified.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Throwing to start the drive. Hancock, quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window because this is what you prepare for, this is what you practice for, this is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the number 1 overall offense in the league.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
The Chargers offense, led by their running back, headed out for the 2nd possession. Now, he's had a knack for finding the end zone all season long. His numbers reflect that. Here we are in the month of December, and he sits atop the NFL leaderboard in terms of rushing touchdowns. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give them 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down. Herbert. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
So prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And when those add up into big mistakes add up into points against you.
Here is 3rd down and 4. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. From the gun on 3rd down. Hancock, he's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And the Chargers will take over here just shy of the 30. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. More from L.A. in a moment. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Back to throw here, Herbert. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. They're probably lucky to only be down 7-0 as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 1. Looking to throw. Hancock underneath, caught by Anderson, the tight end. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
It completes it once more to Anderson. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. More from L.A. in a moment. Now a 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw again. That is incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Now the first carry here for the running back. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The Chargers at 12-1 now to start play. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now because, to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done.
Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger 1st.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively. And it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here's Herbert. Open man right side. That's McConkey. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 down at the 33. Here's Herbert. And his throw is incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Herbert now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 16. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
Third down and 10 yards to go.
Again, Herbert. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. And now that brings up fourth down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Cameron Dicker for the Chargers field goal. A 39-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
He finds his man, complete. That's Carroll. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
First down, Panthers.
Operating from the gun. Hancock throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's taken in. It's Xavier Ligon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Posey, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Hancock. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. 2nd and 3. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That is caught. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. CD, that's the second time this half they've put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Got a man. That's Liggett. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. Second down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Panthers have got it back to within a score. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Chargers offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And here we are in the month of December with his name sitting atop the leaders in rushing yards as the season nears its end. Strong finish here in the final stretch of games could earn him the crown. The Charger drive about to get going. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert. And he's got his big tight end here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7 our score. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good down to possibly take a shot. And, in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Over the middle, complete. It's Love. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 28. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Herbert throwing again. He finds his man, complete. It's Love. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Back to throw now on first down. Touchdown, Chargers! An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Back to throw. Hancock. That one complete till again. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll look to throw now on first down. To the sideline and incomplete.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Henley. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 41.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
The Chargers going to take over here one more time before the half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now it's Herbert. Throwing right, and that's complete. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin just outside Washington at Commanders Field in Landover, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Jaden Daniels, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, it's off to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Anthony Richardson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. The Chargers were led in the first half by their star quarterback, Justin Herbert. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Chargers offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he's been a consistent force offensively all season. Currently ranked amongst the best in the NFL in terms of receiving touchdowns. The Charger drive about to get going. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought the first half, it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A nice gain of 21 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Love. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him.
He's in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Herbert and the Chargers staying put. They'll line up and go for 2. In motion left, the tight end. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head, because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Panthers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Throwing to start the drive. Hancock looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carroll. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Operating from the gun. Hancock, that'll be taken in by Anderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side, complete. That's Carroll.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Again, he'll drop to throw. That one complete to Liggett. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. They'll look to throw again. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The home team's offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Charger drive about to get going. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 11 more on that one and another first down. Out of the gun, Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Love. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 35, here's 2nd and a couple. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a short gain down to about the 33. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Love. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
At the 24-yard line.
Herbert running left off the option. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
And the slot man goes in motion left. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
3rd and 10.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Looking to throw. Hancock. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, Panthers.
Back to throw. Hancock getting the ball to Anderson here on the out route. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. This 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Hancock. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hubbard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And the Chargers offense back out and ready to go. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The Charger drive about to get going. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd down and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's a play to applaud because these RPOs, things happen so quickly. And that ball's out of the quarterback's hands fast. He read it and reacted and was there to hit him as the ball arrived at the receiver. Big-time read, big-time play.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Got a man. That's Leggett. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Hancock. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
From the gun on 3rd down. Hancock. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll send a receiver in motion left. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it.
And he's going to be out of bounds, a few yards shy of the line to gain. And that's going to be a turnover on downs.
Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the 1st down marker. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. Carolina getting set to take the field.
But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
2nd and 2. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. After the incompletion, here now 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Hancock. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still second down.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Chargers, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.